365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. Sport all plays, they work in your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us on ASAP in the morning. Another fine episode is up and coming now. As you can see, we got the president, the CEO, the man who had the day off from Lowe's, Freddie, the man Henderson. Freddie, what's up, baby? You're muted, though.
The president doesn't want to speak today.
No.
Actually, you might be having audio problems, Freddie, because I don't think you're muted. You might want to check your audio. We'll come back to you real quick. Frankie C. Frankie the Yankee. Frankie the prediction maker and everything in between. What is up, my brother? Oh, by the way, his new name is Stay Puff. For those of you who don't know, I re-nicknamed him because he was a middle linebacker, so I call him Stay Puff. Stay Puff, what's up, baby?
What's going on, Jay? How you doing? Stat guy Freddie, it's good to be with you guys here on ASAP in the morning. Freddie's looking like Chris Paul right now when he's at the panel after that Game 7 loss, talking to the mic, but nothing coming out, kind of like his own self in Phoenix. But, yeah, man, it's a beautiful Monday, and I hope everybody had a great weekend. I can't wait to talk about basketball because, like Jay said, I am Mr. Prediction, and I made a prediction, and it looks like my prediction is coming true.
Freddie, is your mic finally working?
What's going on, you guys? Great to be on.
Oh, the crazy echo.
Is the echo?
Freddie, you echoing like you're at the stadium. You might want to check your echo on your settings. We'll come back to you. Listen, it's almost feeling like Freddie having a rough morning. Like Freddie a little rusty. He ain't been podcasting in a while, so we're gonna cut Freddie some slack. Stat guy, what's up, baby?
Oh, not much, Jay. How is everyone doing today?
Man, we're fantastico, man. Fantastico. How you doing out there? Aren't you out there in we're in Wisconsin, correct?
Yeah.
How's that weather? Is it cold out there in Wisconsin?
I mean, it's still Jekyll and Hyde. We were 87 degrees on Wednesday. Now we're back in the 50s. So.
Yeah, that's how I remember Wisconsin being. Hell, I remember Wisconsin. I remember snowing in Wisconsin all the way into June one time, and I couldn't believe it was snowing into damn June. It was craziest thing. Freddie, is your echo working finally?
No, you're muted now, Freddie.
He's just having a rough day, old Freddie, man.
It just goes to show how Mondays goes. This is Monday.
Yeah, that's a little bit better. What's up, Freddie?
What's going on?
Oh, no, it's not.
He's just going to leave.
Hey, this is kind of the old days. If y'all don't know, man, Freddie's always had kind of issues with equipment and podcasting. I remember back in the day when he had his satellite dish strapped onto a cow out there in Marshall, Texas, and his internet was so bad, it was ridiculous. And now he's got echo problems. So that's just typical Freddie. No, hey, we still love the guy. But Stat Guy, let's go ahead and get this show kicked off, and we'll see if Freddie comes back. We were talking about the Colorado Avalanche there in pre-show and the fact that there were some threats thrown out. Can you enlighten us a little bit on that situation?
So Game 2 between St. Louis and Colorado, which is one of the Western Conference semifinal series for the NHL. Colorado's been seen as kind of the team to beat when you look at how much explosiveness they have on offense. I think they have 5 players that have 30 or more goals. So they have like 5 guys that are just going to go off and beat you on any given night. But the one team that has been able to kind of hang with them throughout the regular season is St. Louis, who they're seeing right now. And Game 2, there was a play between Nazem Kadri of Colorado and St. Louis Blues goalie Jacob Binnington, where Kadri ended up hitting Binnington, and St. Louis thought it was dirty. Obviously, Colorado did not think it was dirty. And the end result was Binnington is now going to miss the rest of the Western Conference semifinals due to the injury he sustained in that play. Comes out later that during the post-game interviews after that game, Bennington had a lot of comments to say to Nazem Kadri. A lot of them were inappropriate comments. A lot of them are probably going to get him fined in the end. And then Kadri ends up getting stuff thrown at him. He ends up having some death threats sent his way from St. Louis and their fans. So it ends up being what looked to be a typical hockey play is now turning into one of those incidents where the police are getting involved. The police were notified about the comments and things that were sent to Kadri in his way. And now it's just going to be a case of what happens from here and how everything gets handled the rest of the way.
And and the thing about that is like, some people might say, well, they're probably empty threats, this, that, and the other. But if you've looked at what's going on in the world, especially around sports and fans, and if you go back and look at Milwaukee, if you go back and look what happened up at Buffalo, you can't overlook this. I mean, you've got to take this pretty damn serious, because it would not shock me if something actually tried to come out of this. God, I hope it doesn't. But in the times that we're living in right now, and if you look what's going on this year, it's not far off to think that these threats should be absolutely taken extremely serious. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Freddie, are you back with us, brother?
Yes, sir. Is that better?
No. You still sound like you at the motorway.
Probably your mic, Freddie.
Yeah, it might be your mic. You might want to change out your mic. Frankie, what do you think about the threats that have gone on, but towards Kadri? I mean, like how seriously are we taking this? Isn't that crazy?
I mean, to be honest, we've been seeing threats like this for a while, not just in hockey, but like Jay said, in all sports around the world. I mean, take for instance early on in the season with Russell Westbrook, playing for the Lakers. He wasn't playing really well. He was playing terrible. And he was getting death threats with his family involved and everything like that. And let's move fast forward to round 2 with the Dallas Mavericks and the Phoenix Suns, where Chris Paul's mother and his wife got touched. So there's been a lot of death threats and threats itself in the league of every type of sport. Hockey, if for those of you who watch hockey, you guys know that hockey is a very competitive sport, especially to the fan base of hockey, right? It's real serious when it comes to hockey. So, like, to get the little death threats here and there, I mean, I understand, fans are going to say what they want. But to get to this point where you got to get the law enforcement involved and everything like that, it's just getting too crazy. It's getting too wild. The fans need to relax. You guys got to remember, we're just fans watching our favorite teams play. What they do on the ice, on the court, on the field, it's what they do. Let them take care of it. We can't just go get up and just be like, well, look what he did to my player on my team. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna snap his neck or something. You can't do that. Like, you gotta let them take care of it. Let their coaches take care of it. Let the league take care of it. Don't get yourself involved. If you're gonna get yourself involved, put your 2 cents into it, and now you're gonna have cops investigating you on what you're saying and what you're doing. So people need to relax and chill, take a breather. Like, let's be real. That player is not even going to be playing for that team very long. Any bet he'll get traded soon in like a couple years or something. Like, we all see people get traded here and there, and I put money on it. If that guy gets traded and go to the team that did the the threats and stuff, things will be different. People will be like, oh, well, he's my favorite player. I don't care about what I said back in the day. He plays for our team now. That's what I don't like about certain fans nowadays.
Michael Canseco, how you doing, brother?
How you doing, my friend? Hope all's well with y'all.
Ooh, he's here? Come get the smoke with your net ass. You disappearing, baby. Yeah, we hear you, Freddie.
Yeah, Frankie.
Hey, Frankie, you do. I think there's a lot of feedback or static coming off your mic, Frankie. Maybe we'll check your mic or use your computer mic. If that's the case.
It's my wireless headset. I'm gonna switch over to my laptop right now. I'll be right back.
Ricky Smith says. Ricky Smith says, I don't see this kind of thing. That's surprising to me. The normal result of the competitive fire stoked in hockey battles. The death threats make this different. There's no place for them anywhere, let alone sports. And let's be honest, Ricky. Let's be honest. Look, if you look at basketball, and it may have just been a friendly touch. I don't think so. I don't know. I wasn't there. There's a lot of conflicting reports about it. But if you look what happened to Chris Paul's family, I mean, And like I said, look at everything else in sports. I mean, we got to take a lot of this a lot more serious, you know? Freddie, is your mic working now?
Good. Can y'all hear me better?
Yeah, much better, man. Good morning, Freddie.
First, I would like to say good morning. I love to come on here because, I was kind of worried, Economy, and kind of worried, Stat Guy, for my brother, Jay McLovin. Ever since his team, Milwaukee, been out the playoffs, never heard too much from him. Never heard too much from him. I just had to come up here to check him out.
You can only hear, he just got his stuff working, too. And then he talks about the Milwaukee Bucks. You're such an a-hole, Fred, and I got to keep it PG. So I'm calling you a-hole. You're such an a-hole, man, but I love you. I still love you, man. You Green Bay Packers, New York Giants, L.A. Lakers, L.A. Rams, and everything in between. Son of a No, hey, listen. And then Trey Montez comes and says, time for a new laptop. Yeah, probably so for his case. And then, of course, he gives a laugh out loud. But, hey, real quick, we're getting – oh, Frankie's back with us now. We're going to go ahead and jump in to well, first of all, I want to go one little piece of business out of the way before we get into the playoffs. So once we start talking playoffs, there's going to be a lot of rabbit holes that we're going to go down. So I want to get this out of the way real quick. Albert Pujols has hit 2 more home runs. Yeah, I got you. You're good, Frankie. So Albert Pujols hits 2 home runs. And I believe Stat Guy gave the statistic where he's at 687. And as you know, he's vastly approaching 700, where Babe Ruth is at 715. And Stat Guy, correct me if I'm wrong, Hank Aaron was at 755?
755 or 756, and then Barry Bonds like 768 or whatever he was at when he was done.
Right. So Pujols is dangerously close to joining that 700 club. Towards the end of his retirement. Now, I don't think he's going to go beyond this year. I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Stat Guy. This is, I believe, he's only a 1 year and done, correct?
It's a 1-year contract, but if he does not get to 700 this year, I guarantee he will come back next year to get to 700.
Hey, and if he comes back, hey, I'm down for that. I like Albert Pujols. I think he's a hell of a player, and I wouldn't mind seeing him, get into that category. But let me ask you this. Does anybody here and of course in the comments you can say it too, the fact that he's coming back, just to get that number, does it diminish him in any kind of way, or is it okay? I mean, compared to let's say the way Barry Bonds did it, the way Babe Ruth did it, the way Hank Aaron did it, they were all playing viable roles. I mean, they were legitimately like hardcore into their game, not just a DH, just getting hit in their misses. Does it do anything for his legacy that he's just hanging on for that one little number? I mean, or is it still carry just as much weight as everybody else the way he's doing it?
It carries more weight, in my opinion.
Okay.
Because you got to remember, when he started playing in the middle of the steroid era. And through all these people that were getting popped for steroids and through all these people that were getting accused of taking steroids, not once has anybody ever accused Albert Pujols of taking steroids. Not once has he ever been found guilty of taking steroids. And even at the back end of his career, yes, his average is not a 320 like it once was, and it's down in that 230, 240 range now. But he's still giving you 20 to 25 home runs at 43 years old. So, yes, the production's not once what it was, but now that he's been in the league for almost 20 years now and he's still giving you the numbers that he's giving you, 700 home runs is going to have a lot more merit for him just because of when he started playing, how long he's been in this league, and the fact that he was able to go through the steroid era and never once get accused of it, never once get popped of it, and he's still just doing what he's doing. He's going to be one of 4 players ever to hit 700 home runs. He's going to be a multiple Gold Glove winner. He's going to be a multiple-time MVP, multiple World Series rings. He's a first-ballot Hall of Famer regardless what happens.
Damn, look at that sexy face, boy. He came in here hot.
Hey, listen, it's not too often that we get a celebrity like Mike Hughes come on the show. So when he comes on, man, we got to give him his much due respect. What's up, Big Mike?
What's up, man? Chilling.
If you don't know him, man, Mike Hughes, he's got a podcast with the Chicago Sky now. So he's over the hodgepodging it with all the celebrity big-time WNBA players. So I'm now living vicariously through Mike. It's crazy.
I did tell Mike over the weekend, I said, how is that face not on TV? How can he not be on TV?
It is. It's on Cops.
It's on Cops? That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm the guy they never find.
Hey, that's all right. Frankie's on cheaters, so it's all good.
That's true.
Dang.
That is
I'm on
true.
that too. I make my debut next month, but who said that?
Yeah, no doubt, right? All right, hey, let's get into this, man. Let's talk about last night's game, man. 109-100, Golden State over Dallas. Obviously, it's going to be a sweep. It looks like, unless Dallas just can pull out some kind of upset miracle. But I want to start it off with that posterized dunk by Wiggins on Luka, man. Was that insane or what? Freddie, what do you think about the posterized?
It was beautiful.
Frankie or Freddie?
I think he want both the Lakers to talk about it because we both know how beautiful it was. Freddie, it was sexy. We're buying that poster, aren't we, Freddie?
Megan
I'm
Price.
not buying it. I mean, it was.
I'm buying that poster and I'm sharing it every day on the ASAP network message group to all those Dallas fans. That's how beautiful it was.
I mean, it was cool.
No, but hey, listen. I mean, it was a hellified dunk. They almost wanted to call it off until they went back and re-looked at it. But that dunk was so smooth and so beautiful. Luka wanted nothing to do with it. He tried his damnedest. But let's talk about Dallas for a minute as a whole, man. You know, I've been telling everybody a long time for that. They're talking about, well, maybe Dallas should go get Zach LaVine and this, that, and the other. And I'm thinking Zach LaVine is not what they need. They got Brunson and they have Doncic, which is fine. What they need is somebody down low. Powell and Kleber clearly are not the answer in the paint. And if you don't have somebody in the paint that can handle that part of it, because they're getting outscored in the paint. I believe in game 3, they were, 62-30 in the paint. Last night, they were outscored by almost 20 extra in the paint. They cannot. They're losing the war in the paint. They're trying to go to the 3 ball, and they're getting their asses kicked at the 3-point line because they either A, can't make the shot, or B, are getting blocked.
I don't know how many times I saw Bullock just completely smoke a 3-point ball. I mean, it was just a horrible game for him. I think he had 0 points, too. I think he had like 5 attempts and 0 points. It was awful.
Yeah. It was so bad, folks, that when Kleber would get the ball and he'd be completely open, he would pass off or he would try to go inside because he did not want to shoot the 3. That's how bad their 3-point shooting was, or even his loss of confidence. And let's be honest, Dinwiddie's not exactly giving you, his all-time best either. Con Man, what do you think about the Dallas Mavericks and how they played last night, or even how they played in the series?
Well, Jay, I agree with you. They have no help in the middle. They're giving up a lot of points in the middle, rebounding, etc. And, Dallas needs to have some more firepower because the way the Warriors are playing right now, they have so many options that they can go to. I feel that Dallas, they're relying too much on Luka, and it's affecting them. And plus, Luka plays no defense whatsoever, so they're attacking him on the defensive end as well. But I think they needed a more of a big inside threat, and I think that's hurting them right now in the playoffs. And I think it's going to be a sweep.
Yeah, because again, it was 48 points in the paint to 34 for them, but they're also getting out rebounded 47-33. So again, they're losing the rebounds, they're losing the points in the paint, and of course, since they don't have any true inside game, it's forcing them to go the outside, and that's where they're struggling because now they've got them at a one-dimensional game, and that's why I just don't think Dallas can compete with Golden State. Stat guy, any opinion on it, my brother?
You're muted.
Yes, I'm muted. I figured that Dallas was going to get one game at home and everything else was going to go to Golden State, and I still stand by that. I think Dallas does find a way to win at least one game at home, which would be Game 4. But the series is over. They're not going to win 4 straight games against Golden State. They're not going to win 3 straight games against Golden State. I think they get Game 4, and I think Golden State goes back to San Francisco on Friday, or goes back to San Francisco then on Thursday and just finishes them off on Thursday.
Yeah, that's true. And again, Megan, you look at Dinwiddie, he's averaging 15 points for the season. And I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, he shot right at Dinwiddie. He did have 26 points. I'm not going to say he didn't have a good game. He went 4 of 10 at the 3-point line.
I hate him.
But yeah, I mean, I get it. I just think that the biggest problem for me is Kleber and Powell. I think that's what's really hurting them. Frankie, what do you think, brother?
Hold on. My daughter's trying to talk to me. What?
No, you're good. We'll move on. Man, get her on the podcast.
No, it's too early. Go to your room. Listen, for Dallas, it wasn't just only Dinwiddie or Kleber, whatever, however you say their name. I'm gonna put it all on Bullock because yes, Cleveland did shoot 0 for 5 from the 3 and 0 for 5 from the field, but Bullock went 0 for 7 from the 3, 0 for 10 from the field. Like, it was just all madness, horrible madness in the city of Dallas. And I'm gonna be real with you. A stat guy, I don't think Dallas is gonna win one game. I do not see it as much. Let's be real. Luka has put up 40 points in 3 of the first games of this series against Golden State and lost every single game. It doesn't matter how much points Luka's putting up. It shows that Golden State just has to D up the rest of the team in Dallas, knowing that Dallas can't shoot. Luka can do what Luka does, but that's all that Dallas has is Luka. Golden State has everyone. They have everyone everywhere. So this matchup it's a little – I'm going to be real with you. I did say that Dallas might win 1, maybe even 2. At first, I picked Dallas to win because of my boy Jay McLovin's wife, Mel McLovin, who is a diehard Dallas fan. So I want to stick with my unscripted girl and pick Dallas. But now after, Golden State coming back from like 20 points down in game 2 to win it, just changed my whole thought, my whole scenario. And I said, damn, why did I go against Rob and his Dub Nation? Why did I talk trash about Klay Thompson and Mike Hughes' favorite player? Like, I shouldn't have done it. But I'm still going to talk trash about Klay Thompson because he hasn't been stepping up. Only in the second quarter or in the second half when he needs to. But he hasn't been showing up really well in this playoff. But that just goes to show if one person is not going to go show up in Golden State, you have the rest of the roster who's going to pick up the slack. But I see a sweep coming up.
And one thing we didn't bring up, fellas, is the fact of the experience factor. The Warriors have been there. You got Dallas, they got a bunch of no-names, never really had the playoff experience that the Warriors have. I think that plays a very important part in the Warriors' success as well because they've been there. They've done that. They know it. And, Dallas, a lot of teams, when they end up winning the championship, they have to go through the hard times. Detroit, the Lakers, Celtics, they have to go through them hard times. And Dallas is going through it right now. And I feel that experience plays a real major part in this playoff series.
Well, again, and I've said this before. Hey, well, first of all, Big Shot Rob, $1.25. What's up, baby?
Oh, my dog. What up, my boy?
Oh, my boys. How's everybody feeling this morning? It's such a golden morning, isn't it?
Yes.
I feel very golden this morning. How about you? I'm just saying.
I'm getting real mad. So hold on, Jay. Rob, don't be saying shit like that. I'm sorry. Excuse my language, Freddie. Don't find me. But don't be saying stuff like that, all right, Rob? You're a Steph Curry fan. Don't come in here like, oh, what a golden morning.
Well, you know what?
You're not a true Golden State fan. You're a Steph Curry follower.
You're right, Frankie. And doesn't he make it look Steffordless?
There you go. There you go.
I'm just saying, the way that guy got under Luka's skin when he hit the 3 and he turned around and he looked at the bench, Luka was so mad. Like, why can't I do that?
Because Luka's getting busy posterized.
Right, and to answer Jay's question earlier, you remember on Boys in the Hood when he said, do you guys want to see a dead body? Oh, Lord Jesus, did Luka not get posted last night?
Yeah, I mean, hey, look, that's what I said, man.
I know y'all ain't trying to call no charge on that.
Oh,
Damian, I can't wait because
you owe
me an apology, brother, once we get this sweep.
Hey, real quick, Rob. Hey, so I've said this for long. Hey, hold on, time out. So I've been saying this, and of course, I'm not trying to be Captain Obvious, but it is Captain Obvious that Dallas needed everybody to step up in order to beat Golden State Warriors. And Kleber gave you 0 for 10 or 0 for 5 for 0 points in 25 minutes. Same thing with Bullock. He went 0 for 10. So when you get two of your guys giving 0 points and they're shooting up a crap ton of shots and you lose by 9, and in my opinion, Kleber, Powell, and Bullock are the reasons that Dallas did not pull off that win because they just flat out didn't show up.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you this. Here's a hot take for you. This is the reason why DeAndre Ayton should not get the max money. Because you see what's happening? You see what happens when you take advantage of the fact that Dallas has no interior presence? This is what you do. They're getting rebounded by a team that is very small in the Golden State Warriors. I don't see how DeAndre Ayton wasn't licking his chops, realizing he got Dwight Powell and Maxi Kleber on him, where he should have averaged 25 and 15 in that Phoenix series. I'm just
I will say though, Kevin Looney is one hell of an athlete, man, and he really does his thing rebounding the ball, and I gotta give him his credit. I didn't know he was like that. I really didn't know he was like that.
Hey, if anybody wants Looney on this podcast, let me know. I have connections.
Yeah, you know what? Go ahead, Mr. Chicago Sports HQ.
No, he's a Wisconsin guy. He went to high school at Milwaukee Vincent.
Oh, that's love, man. Yeah, you definitely. Hey, we should talk to him after he wins this ring.
If anybody interested, yeah, we should definitely hop on that one, stat guy. Yeah, hello.
And Mike Hughes, shout out to you, Chicago Sky.
Can the CEO and president of A7 Network get his 2 cents into this?
I know. What's up? Hey, what's up with the boss? What's up?
Because Jay McLovin's the host. He's always like sliding Freddie to the side. Like, God,
I don't know. What's up?
Hey, listen, y'all.
Because I can't hear this, man.
We can't hear you. That's why.
I knew Rob was going to come on here this morning because, when I first met him, he was a big Chicago Bulls fan. But all of a sudden, this dude, he done put all that in the closet and got all his Golden State Warrior gear out. I mean, he's looking like the Golden State Warrior version of E40 right now, literally. But listen here, y'all. Luka, I feel sorry for Luka, man, because Luka is giving him his all. He's out there giving you 40 a night. He's out there busting their behind. But nobody, he need the others to step up. And we've all said it. Bullock, Kleber, and all those guys. Bertrand, he need those guys to step up. But I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this with a straight face. It ain't over yet. It is not over yet. They still have a chance until you officially out. I believe in Luka that much. I'm just hoping.
Oh, is he serious?
No,
is he serious?
No.
Dude, even Dallas thinks it's over.
Oh, man.
Jason Kidd already gave his concession.
I can't help him out. Freddie, I can't help y'all this one.
But I believe they can make it get a little interesting. They can go to State a little scared.
Timeout. Put him in timeout right now. Put him in timeout.
Timeout.
Go ahead, Mike.
I think, and I've made it very clear who my favorite player in this league is. It's Luka. It's been Luka. He's, one of my favorite white boys I've ever seen touch a basketball. I pride myself on being the biggest Luka fan out there. Like, I will tell you, I think he's going to be the best player in this league. He is the future GOAT. But that's bullshit because the rest of that team is just bad. And we're, Conman made a point. There's not a lot of experience on this team outside of Jason Kidd, who obviously had his Laker days and did his thing with Dallas and all that other stuff. And then you have Luka, who's actually won several championships, several MVPs in Europe. It's one of those. What up, Chris? It's one of those things though, where outside of that, everybody else, especially to Frankie's point, Bullock is dog water, man. Like, he is bad. Yeah. It is horrible. You gotta think about it. He shot 5 threes. If he even makes 2 of them, that's a 3-point game. And he just has 0 points on the night. Spencer Dinwiddie picks and chooses when he wants to hoop. And it's just one of those conversations to where, this team itself just isn't built like that. So in the offseason, when Jokic wants to get all his money and he wants to have a conversation of if he wants to be known as a champion or if he wants to be known as the guy who died in Denver without a ring, I think there's that conversation of Luka and Jokic having, real legitimate talks about, hey, we should team up. I know that you have a lot of money on the plate, but if Jokic really wants to win a championship the way he wants to and the way he says he wants to, I think you sacrifice that to go play with Luka, because if you put Luka and Brunson and Jokic together, I mean that's just a big three right there in itself.
Hey, fellas, can I bring my point?
I definitely think if I'm Luka, I'm taking Jokic out to dinner. We're having long conversations.
Hey, but fellas, you know something? What's going on right now in the NBA? And I want to get y'all feedback because it's very important. You know, the CBA is coming up real soon. And with the Three Stooges who have been doing their thing, and that meaning Harden, Kyrie Irving, Simmons, and you know what I mean? What's going to happen with the collective bargaining agreement? Because what's going to happen is the owners are going to go back to the Players Association, and they're going to make certain demands, like play for pay, contracts, things of that nature. What I want to know from you guys is, how do you think the fact that Kyrie, who's, you know, the world's flat, and Simmons is out of his mind, and Harden, and all these guys doing the damn thing, how's it going to affect the collective bargaining agreement as far as the upcoming season? Because it's going to be a lockout. I want to know what y'all feeling on that is.
I don't think it affects anybody.
No.
I think Kyrie's going to be still doing the same stuff he was doing. Ben wasn't hooping before, so he don't care. And James is just going to go get fat and go to strip clubs. So,
and we are talking about from the player standpoint. I'm talking about from the owner standpoint.
I know, I get what you're saying, but even Adam Silver said he's going to come down heavy as far as players not playing with all
yes.
of this, you know,
yes.
and, you know, load management and whatnot. So, I mean, I think that's going to be good for the league. Nobody wants to see, you know, you pay all this money to get these tickets to see your favorite player, and yet they're sitting out with a non-injury related illness. So
if anyone deserves load management, it's Major League Baseball, because they play every single day. Basketball, you're not playing every single day. You might have a couple back-to-backs here and there, but at most you're playing 3 or 4 games a week. There's no reason you need to have load management for that kind of a load.
Yeah, baseball gets like 1 day off a week.
Right. Yeah, if that. Sometimes
if you got a back-to-back night or something like that and you want to take off, especially when you're getting close to playoff time, I can see that. But I'm talking about guys taking off weeks at a time. Like, that's horrible.
Hey, fellas, you got John Wall.
Hold on, Mike. Hey, I want to welcome Gonzo to the show as a late scratch.
Gonzo.
What do you think about this Dallas game, man?
Oh, I said before last night's game that I didn't think Dallas was going to win the game in this series. I think I said it during your. Actually, I think I posted on script. It might have been on script the other night in the comment section. I think Golden State's going to win the championship. I think they're just only thing that can stop them is if they start turning the ball over. That's their biggest weakness is turnovers. But Luka just don't have enough help with Dallas.
That's true. That's real true. And
that's the thing. I mean, because I was the only one that predicted him to beat Phoenix.
No,
I
love
you said it from the beginning of that series that they were going to beat.
Hey, Rob's still riding that way.
Rob Scott.
I predicted Dallas winning that series, sir. So
I appreciate you. All right, Freddie. All right, Mike.
This is my brother Frankie on the top right corner. Frankie, are you there?
I'm here. What do you want? Am I fired? You want me out?
Luka Magic, he want to win a championship. In a few years, leave Dallas, come up into LA.
Straight facts.
Put you in the best situation.
Straight facts. Don't go to all. I don't want to hear that. That's straight truth right there. Because I'm going to tell you guys right now, my hot take last week, and I'm still carrying up. This ain't my hot take, Mike. I got a hot take for Mike. I said last night I got a huge hot take for Mike. But 2022, 2023, LA Lakers will be your champions.
Woo!
That's right. And everybody in this panel, have that face.
Right. Put them in timeout.
The Brooms came out, Con Man.
Timeout.
You had that face. You had that face, Con Man. You said the same thing about the Nets. And what happened? That face came up when the Brooms came out in Brooklyn against Boston, right? Yeah. Jay, don't ever take me out again. You're just mad because it's going to take another 20 years for Houston to see a championship round.
Oh,
hey, actually, no, because our cap is in great shape. We're building through the draft. And
We're
you
building to the
basically
draft.
have
We're
further quit
rebuilding,
because you have nothing to do. So I don't want to hear about it, Frankie.
We've been rebuilding since
Jay
James Harden
McLovin,
left.
Hey, Houston does have 2 first-round picks in the first round.
Normally, I'm on Jay McLovin's side, but you can't be good in cat when the guy that hasn't played a single game gets paid
Thank you.
$45 million.
That's what I was going to bring up before I get
Y'all talk about
interrupted.
John Wall.
How they going to pay a guy $40 million
John,
and he
I
ain't
call
played
him
a minute?
John Ware.
So
John
first of
who
all, hey, so
cares?
Wall's not playing because they want him to come off the bench, and he doesn't want to come off the bench. That's why Wall's not.
That sounds like a you problem, sir.
Oh, it is. It's not a you problem. I mean, look, you got Russell Westbrook paying all that money, and what has he done for you lately?
That doesn't sound like my problem either.
No, it's not your problem. Hey, your problem is you can't. Y'all,
Hold
hey,
on. I was
listen,
paying attention
as
to
a
my daughter.
pretender,
But don't
wait,
you
no,
ever
I
throw
know
Westbrook and the
Russ
Lakers
talking
name
about
into
all the
because you know
pretenders
what?
over there.
We can give Westbrook the money, but yeah, he's playing on the court. He's playing on the court. He's not sitting down like, oh, I don't want to play for you or for LA, so I'm just gonna collect money and sit on the bench. No, he would rather play on the court and be trash. I'd rather have him on the court and be trash to get his money, or instead of him sitting on the bench faking an injury because he don't want to play for that franchise. Don't you ever throw my man's name out there.
Frankie, why are we talking? No, Frankie, why are we talking to Jay McLovin like he's a Houston Rocket fan? Didn't he say?
Oh yeah, that is true. Yup. We got live evidence. Ladies and gentlemen, of Jay McLovin saying he's a Bucks fan. And when we come back from punishment, we'll show you that.
How did I get to the top?
Jay kicking everybody out.
Jay acting like he's the only one that
We don't need those posers on this show.
How did I get here?
Hey, you
I was
know
at the
what,
bottom
though?
when this started.
Y'all do have to realize though, John Wall is not playing because Houston told him not to play.
Right.
Get your ass to the bottom, Jay, like the Houston Rockets.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know how you're a GM though.
Really? And no, this is coming from the guy. You know, I don't know what's worse. You know what? Okay, we may be at the bottom because we got rid of everybody. But I want people to understand this. I would rather be at the bottom with that expectation than to have false expectations, do what LA did, and not even make the freaking play-in, and then get all the freaking play.
All right, timeout. That's coming from a guy who's been saying they're rebuilding for the last 5 years. Timeout for him.
My team's good.
But what's y'all predictions though? Do y'all see Dallas getting a win?
No, that's a sweep.
No.
Yes.
I see him getting one.
I don't think so.
I think it's the sweep.
I think
Well-
they're just overall a great team, and I feel like Dallas is just kind of going off on who has the hot hand that night. If Spencer goes off for 30, they could win the game. If Bullock gives you even 1 point, I think you can win the game. And I think you just need everything to go right to be able to get there. And Chris Paul, I mean, it's cool that you knocked out the defending Western Conference champs, but I mean, the writing was on the wall about how Chris Paul felt about this season all year.
Yeah.
And you know something? The NBA is about it's a chess game. It's about what adjustments you can make. And right now, I don't know what adjustments Dallas can make. You know what I'm saying? Miami and the Celtics, it was like a chess game. Each team made adjustments. I don't see what adjustments can Dallas make. What can they do? They got no inside game whatsoever. They're not hitting the perimeter shot. What can they do?
There's not that many adjustments that they need to make. They need to make the adjustments.
Dude, what's up with your mic, dog? What's up with your mic, Freddie?
Freddie, we can hear you, but
I think Jay got something to do with that. I think
Why
Jay
are
got
you
something to do with
whispering,
that.
sir?
Jay got something to do with
I
that.
like to call Reverend Rob. And Reverend Rob is coming out to perform the eulogy for
You just
the
can't
Dallas
lose it, though.
Mavericks. We are gathered here today to put to rest the Dallas Mavericks. I am sorry for the Mavericks because
it's not like he said Dallas Magics.
I am a huge fan of Luka Magic. I feel like Luka is a living legend and is going to be a great player in this league going forward. But I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to lay to rest the Dallas Mavericks. Where are your brooms at? Ladies and gentlemen, I ask that you kindly sweep this team under your rug as we get ready to crown, once again, the Golden State Warriors as your NBA champions.
This year's Dallas
Hey,
team
you know something,
reminds me.
fellas? There's only 3 ways you can make a change.
Okay. What's the 3 ways?
And that being the draft, free agency, or trades. And now the way the upcoming NBA draft, I watched the combine, and let me tell you something. It don't look that good. The future don't look that good in the NBA as far as the up and coming draft. I think I see maybe about 2 or 3 players that can make a difference. Other than that, I don't see too much that's going to be able to help out a team like a Dallas or Houston or Washington, whatever. The draft is going to be terrible this year. Might be the worst draft in history.
Yeah, but that gets said every year that the draft's top heavy, and you always find players like Jordan Poole or other players.
Yeah, that's true.
End up coming up and making a difference.
I feel like last year.
Now they may come from the G League though. They may come from the G League, but as far as the NCAA.
Well, you gotta be. Hey, look, Houston's picking in the top 3, so we're either getting Boncho or we're getting Jabari Smith or we're getting Chet Holmgren.
You hear that, Echo, too, right? You hear Echo? Ready?
Jabari Smith's the best player.
No one can hear you, sir.
Not going to be a good NBA player. Not for 5
You got to turn up your mic.
I want to update Mike Hughes or something.
There you go.
I wish you could update me, but I can't hear you though.
I know nobody can hear him.
I don't think so. I'm gonna say with my team, man. I can't. Hey, I still think. You know, I'll tell you this. Somebody just have a hard time.
Jay, you just say you're gonna stick with your team.
Well, I'm staying with the team that I picked. Is what I'm talking about. Not my team. My team is the Rockets. Let's not get it confused. I don't want to hear this us and Freddie.
So Mike, you look a little bit confused. I'm gonna let you know a little story. We were talking about the Milwaukee Bucks and I think it was the Celtics. And we were questioning Jay. He's been riding with the Bucks. He said the Bucks Suns finals rematch. It came to a point where when Jay was talking.
Oh Lord, he kicked him out. Why y'all gotta stop?
Nah. Don't get tight, Jay.
Yeah, listen, I'm not gonna have nobody come on here talk about
Jay. Stop getting mad. I can see it in your face, Jay. Stop getting mad.
Listen, we're not doing that, Frankie, because then we're talking about you being an undercover Boston Red Sox agent. So shut your mouth.
You don't never hear me, Jay. We talk about the Red Sox. You don't ever hear me say my team or ours or us.
Oh no, I have. In several discussions, I've heard you say it.
No, never, not once. Not one day in my life, in my 29 to 30 years of living, have I ever mentioned the Red Sox as my team, our team, or anything. If anything, the Red Sox can go straight to hell. All right?
Yeah.
That's what I feel about them. But you, on the other hand, we got live
Obviously, Boston, like you went
video.
straight to hell. You got a New England Patriots jersey on, so you must love something about Boston.
Yeah, their football team. Their football team, Jay.
Okay, hey, listen, it's all good, man. You want to use that as a disguise to hide your, Red Sox?
Mad. You're so mad. You're so mad that you celebrate H-Town, but yeah, you become a Dallas Cowboys fan. You should be a Houston Texans guy. Oh, you're mad.
No, I've been a Cowboys fan since '76. We're not going down this road anyway.
All I know
is
Klay Thompson's
now
about
you
to
don't
go to
want
his
to go down
6th
that road.
straight final.
Now you don't want to go down that road, right?
Frankie, rate it in.
No. You over here trying to challenge my teams and my sports and my love for my team. But when I go, I got the buttons too. I got the buttons too, sir.
Sometimes you just gotta.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta let them out. Mr. H-Town, undercover Dallas Maverick, Milwaukee Buck fan.
Hey, Frankie, you're trying to do the show here, man. Let's get off the.
Oh, he's still talking. Hold on, give him a minute. Are you done?
Where's Freddie at?
You done? All right, let's continue with the show.
What is this?
Hey, well, folks, let me interfere. Let me talk to my boy Mike Hughes. How's it been, doing your thing with the Chicago Sky? How's it been, having that first seat in the building and interviewing the Chicago Sky? How's that been, my brother?
It's dope, but I like when these two argue. So, Michael, we should talk about it later. I want them to keep arguing.
Oh, okay. We can do that. Bro,
Yeah.
All right, let's keep doing it. Jay, the hell with your damn Houston team and the hell with your damn Dallas team.
Like
Stop.
There you go, Mike. There we go.
I'm kicking it, man. I'm just kidding.
Why is Jay keep kicking himself out? Jay, why you keep getting yourself out? Are you okay? Jay,
Hey, Michael, before you start laughing, don't make me talk about what you put in the group chat because we all know about Big Mike.
Jay, calm yourself.
Hey, listen. Hey, if y'all want to start putting dirty laundry out, let's just go all the damn way with it. Why we stop them now, Frankie?
Jay, stop it right now.
No, let's go all the way. Y'all want to take the show off the rails? Let's take the show completely off the rails.
So how do you
feel? Why is it whenever I
about,
come on, things go off?
Jay, how do you feel about
What the hell, Mike? Look what you started.
I didn't even do anything this time.
Hey, listen, I'm just saying, hey, if we're going off the rails, we're going to go off the rails, man. We're not just going to halfway do it.
Jay, hold on.
But
we can't help that we have multiple people on this show that switches like they have the bad underworld. We got Rob down there that switches his basketball team from the Bulls to the Warriors. You claim to be a Houston Rocket fan.
You leave Robert alone.
You've been going with the Bulls.
Oh my God!
I'm glad you picked him out because it's so funny how Benedict Arnold is a person to tell somebody that they're switching teams. You choose a team in the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden they're your favorite team. Get out of here.
You
got a jersey that says Aaron Rodgers on the front and Los Angeles Rams on the back.
Rob,
you don't even know who you want the GOAT to be. You don't even know. I said Chicago is my favorite team. Steph Curry is my favorite player.
Hell,
I've been consistent.
Rob is like this.
Something you know nothing about, Freddie.
He don't even want the hot dog. He just traded the hot dog for Philly cheese.
He don't even know what he want to talk about. He said, "I look like E40 when you look like my twin." So what does make you look like? You look like War Robert. You know how it was Luigi and War Luigi. You're War Robert. You're like the fake
Rob. Stop bringing our private conversation into the live.
Hey.
Oh God! Can we get back to the topic? God,
yeah, can we get back to the topic?
Wait a minute. I've been trying to get back to the top for a while now, Frankie. So what the hell are you talking about?
All right, now you're so heated. You wasn't trying to get to that topic. You were trying to cover up.
I'm just saying, don't be a hypocrite. I'm just saying, don't be a hypocrite, Frankie.
Do you know what a hypocrite is?
Yeah, you.
So how am I a hypocrite?
Don't go to that comment, please. Thank you. I'm not the only person in the world that has a favorite team and a favorite player.
I do. I
you just said Luka. You like Luka.
I mean, I can't get mad because for the NFL, my favorite team is the Pats, but my favorite player will always be Brady. So, like, I want Brady to win. I don't care if the Bucs win or whatever, as long as Brady wins. But, like, I understand where you're coming from, Rob.
Nah, dude, I got a whole little gang of armies, bro. Like, I got Jimmy, I got Rose, I got Luka, I got Clay. Like, I got a whole little gang. Like, it's cool.
Yeah, I like Ja Morant. I'm a Laker fan, but I like Ja Morant. I feel like I'm gonna rock.
Ja on the way, ain't he?
I got my hitters on the left. I got my Bulls on the right. Like, I'm cooling. I don't know. Y'all be tweaking. It's cool to be on with everybody.
See, Jay, you're not the only one, so stop getting so mad all the time.
Frankie, move on from it, okay? No, I'm just saying, move on from it, guys.
Hey, Freddie. Remember, I chose the Warriors to win before the season started. I didn't just pick them because all of a sudden they're almost in the finals.
So you didn't believe in your Chicago Bulls? You didn't think y'all had a chance?
Not this year. No, not this year. I didn't.
See,
you have to be realistic with your team.
He kept it real from one day. He rocked with his Chicago Bulls from day one. He didn't pick no other team. So he represented Chicago with 100% faithful, unlike Mr. E40 down there.
I'm just saying, ain't you from Texas?
No, I was born in California, Los Angeles, California.
Listen, I still need a birth certificate to prove that, Freddie. I don't believe what you're saying.
Mr. Milwaukee, nobody asked you to get in this conversation, Milwaukee.
You was in California. You was in California all of 6 weeks, and now all of a sudden you a Lakers fan.
I've always been a Lakers fan. Do you have one of those, Rob? Right there. Do you have one of those?
I have several Bulls hats.
You probably got to go duck them.
It's in the closet. It's in the closet, isn't it, Rob?
That's it, in the hat rack.
It's in the closet.
All nice and pretty.
Collecting webs.
I still got my D Rose jersey, my boy.
On the game.
That's definitely on webs.
Come after me, but he need to stay in his lane.
Hey, fellas, can I give it?
Hey, Gonzo, since I got you right here, bro, shout out to the bloodline. Got all the gold.
Oh, they got all the gold.
All the gold.
And I will say this, Con Man, you're a traitor too. Con Man,
no, I'm not.
Team. Yes, you
Oh,
is.
Con Man, I saw you. I saw you, my boy.
During the season, he was rolling with the Lakers. He said, I'm a Laker fan. Hey, even towards the end, I said it's done. He said, no, boss, this our Con Man talk. This our Con Man talk. No, boss, it ain't done. We still got a chance. And then all of a sudden, he turned to a Brooklyn Nets fan. And then
No way.
Hurt every
For real? For real?
No, y'all, no.
Get the hell out of here with that shit. Let me stop. He's
done. Hey, Freddie, and y'all. One thing y'all respect the NBA. Y'all love the NBA. I'd like to give a shout out and my condolences to Bob Lanier and his family. The great Bob Lanier passed away recently. As you know, I'm a historian, and Bob Lanier is one of the great players that played in the NBA and set the high tone for the NBA the way it is right now. Working with the NBA Players Association as well. And he passed away, and he was a great individual. So, anyway, Freddie, that's what I wanted to talk about.
Frankie, Dustin, Mike, and Chris, the only loyal ones on this show.
What do you mean?
I know what you mean.
That group of only our solid teams. That's crazy.
Bro, you used to be a Packers fan.
Mike, I love you. Stay out of this.
I will never jump ship no matter how bad my team is doing. I don't care.
Oh, I'll jump that shit. I mean it. Hold on. Let me have a minute. Let me have a minute. And Rob Scott and I talked about it. Hey. If they don't bring back Zach Levine, if they don't bring back Zach or replace him with some superstar, and I have to go through another rebuild,
and I'm done.
I'm out this bitch.
I'm done.
I'm gone. I'm leaving.
He's going to the Lakers.
No, I'm a Pacer fan. I'm used to going through rebuilds. We go through a rebuild every other year.
I'd rather go be a Pacer fan at that point. I'm good.
Mike, don't worry. Russ is on the way.
All right, I'm gonna reel it back in.
Don't try to put that on us, Freddie. Don't you do that.
We don't need that.
I'm gonna reel it back in because I'm really close with Jay. I've been best friends with Jay, and I can see it in his face. He's a little upset. So Jay, let's talk about your Houston Rockets real quick. They've been on a rebuild mode. How long do you think you got until they get back to at least contendership?
So we're gonna go ahead and talk
about the
question.
Celtics. I'm being serious. Oh my God, you're being an ass now, Jay. You're being a serious asshole. This is a serious question.
I don't want to talk about.
Do you think?
We're going to talk about the Celtics and the Heat.
Oh my God! Everybody could talk about their team rebuilding, but when it comes to
calm down, Frankie. We're talking about the Celtics and the Heat. Nobody wants to talk about the Rockets right now, man. We're gonna talk about the Celtics.
Super mad at me. So he's super mad at me now.
No, it's all good, man.
Shut up. So let's talk about the Celtics and the Miami Heat, which is going on tonight.
Well, we're gonna talk about them. I think we got to talk about Lowry. I think he made a very impactful debut with Miami. I think he set the tone, and again, going with the experience, he set the tone up. I think he made a point to get the ball to Bama, whatever his name is, and he ended up playing a great game offensively as well as defensively. The fact that they had Celtics had 22, 23 turnovers. I think that was a major factor as well. And now it comes down to injuries. Williams, I don't know if he's going to play tonight. I don't know what's going to happen with him. Smart, he doesn't seem like he's 100% as well. And I think Miami, man, they surprised me because but right before the game, I was saying how they didn't have enough offensive power. But my guy, who I told y'all about, Strauss, who's from DePaul, he came in big. He hit that big 3-point shot toward the end of the game that, they were only up by 1. He hit that 3-point shot. I think that Miami is in. And matter of fact, they played the whole second half without Butler. So I think that gives them a whole lot of confidence going into tonight. I think Miami's going to pull out and winning this series. And it's unfortunate because, they claim that Tatum's a superstar. Is he really? I mean, like they were saying, he has one good game, then one bad game, one great game, one bad game. If you're going to be a superstar, you got to be consistent. And I don't think Tatum has been consistent enough to get them over the hump. What y'all think?
Listen here, y'all. I'm gonna tell you when this team was built last year, I said this is a bunch of dogs. They're a bunch of this is a team that Pat Riley likes to put together. A bunch of guys that's rough riders, guys that don't mind going to play in the mud, is diving on loose balls. We finally see Bam become aggressive. With Robert Williams being out have a lot to do with it. Let's put some respect on his name, because we know when he started playing down there in the second half of the season, he elevated his game. The Boston Celtics elevated their game on the defensive side. So Bam, without Robert Williams, Bam came in there the first half and dominated. Kyle Lowry, he did, help him out with that. But Bam made his presence be felt. He set the tone of the game. And Miami kept coming. They're fighting, and this is one of those old school series because both teams are good defensively. So we going to see who's going to play better defense, who's going to knock down shots. They took Jason Tatum out the game, made Jaylen Brown dribble the ball, make him make the plays. I'm going with Miami. I believe Miami going to win the series. I believe Miami's going to win the finals if it's Golden State. I do not believe Golden State can outdog this Miami Heat team, because this is a hot take. I'm sorry. I believe Spo's a better coach than Steve Kerr.
He is.
I agree with that.
I don't think it's a hot take either.
Oh, okay. Well, I just some people would have thought somebody would have jumped on me by saying that. I just think it's time for Spo to get his respect.
I got something for everybody.
Mike, as you saying, so
I'm jumping down your throat. Ain't no way, boy. Steve Kerr.
Who put that up there?
Mike, I'm gonna ask you a real question. So you're a Jimmy Butler fan, Mike. Jimmy Butler got hurt in game 3.
Yeah.
Do you think that injury is gonna it's gonna cost the Miami Heat?
Nah, I don't think it is. I think you look at the steals throughout that game, and PJ Tucker and Kyle Lowry had 19 of them. So, I mean, you got to look at it as a collective group. They were a big part of that. And PJ Tucker, I felt like, was that missing piece. They just needed somebody else so that Jimmy Butler didn't have to be that dog 24/7. And it's one of those interesting conversations to where who's going to be the leader of this team night in and night out. The big X factor for me, who's been a huge disappointment, is Duncan Robinson. I don't know where the hell Duncan Robinson's been since he got paid. Doing too many podcasts apparently, but he lost his shot. Jimmy Neutron has not been in the building, so it comes down to it for me.
He called him Jimmy Neutron.
It looked like Jimmy Neutron, but Tyler Hero and those boys really do their thing. Kyle being back is great, and I got mad love for Jimmy. I got all the way from Marquette all the way to Miami, every single jersey he's won. Put a lot of money into Jimmy Butler. And I know who he is as a person, and I feel like, at the end of the day, maybe it's not going to be 40, but he's going to be felt, and his presence will be known on that court.
I agree.
Oh, am I hearing everybody saying that Miami is going to win the series?
No,
I
have Boston series
because I still got Boston winning.
I got Boston.
All right, hey, Rob, no, ain't gonna happen.
Well, Michael, you got to take your heart out of it. I know you don't like Boston, but let's just be honest. They're a better team than the Miami Heat.
Robert, I give them a 10% chance at beating the Miami Heat. A big 10%.
Hey, I just need you guys to know something. I got no hate for Miami. I love Jimmy Butler, but you also got to realize now Jimmy's hurt. And we don't know how
the Celtics
Jimmy
down
is.
2-1 against Milwaukee too.
Yeah.
I believe everybody's hurt though. I believe obviously Marcus Smart's hurt.
If the Heat don't have Jimmy, it's over with, bro.
But he's playing.
They held on to that victory by the hairs of their chin. And
he's playing though.
On the come up. Yeah, but if he's not 100% healthy, I'd rather have a healthy Jimmy than no Jimmy at all.
I agree.
You being out there half hurt does not help me out of my situation. Kyle Lowry hasn't really showed up the whole playoffs. Victor Oladipo shows up in spurts. Marquise Morris is still hurt, and he ain't playing. I just don't know where you're going to get this scoring from to beat the Boston Celtics. I just don't see it.
And look, it ain't like Miami's outplayed the Celtics. First game, the Celtics outplayed Miami that whole game except for the third quarter and blew that game. Last game they were down 26, came back, got within 1, and if they could have quit turning the ball over in the fourth quarter, would have won that game. So it's not like the Heat have been doing everything. The Celtics have beat themselves some in the 2 games that they've lost.
And let's be honest too. Jaylen Brown showed up this
hard.
Yes,
he showed up hard.
So if Jaylen continues to play the way he's playing, and Tatum, and if them 2 guys can show up at the same time, God help them.
All right, for real, for sure, 100%.
I feel like Tatum. I feel like Tatum should have never came back onto the court after that, injury when he went to the locker room and stuff. It gave the Celtics a little spark. Jaylen Brown literally stepped up in that final 2 minute or whatever. But when Tatum came back, it cooled down. They gave him the ball. He's missing crazy wild threes. Why are you taking in some insane shots? I don't know. Hopefully we get a better game today. I don't want the same series like Bucks.
Their youth. See, one thing, if you look at the Golden State Warriors, when they're losing against the Mavericks, they don't try to get everything back in one shot.
They don't panic.
You will see Steph Curry, you will see Clay, you will see Jordan Poole, you will see these guys start to get lane penetration and get in the rim, get some foul calls, or get some easy layups, and they chip away. Boston shows their youth because now they go down. They think, man, I'm 5 threes away from being back in the game instead of just chipping away at the lead. And I think that's where Coach Udoka, he's going to have to get this team ready to realize, hey, just because we go down, there's still a second half left. There's still 3 quarters left. We just have to keep playing our game plan and continue with the defensive intensity, and we can beat this team. If we're talking about on paper, Boston is better.
Yes.
They just have to play like they're better.
I don't think they are better on paper.
I think they are.
I think when you bring in Victor Oladipo and you bring in Strauss and guys like that,
that's the question. Which Victor Oladipo are you getting?
Right, but what Robert Williams are you gonna get? What Marcus Smart are you gonna get? You know what I mean? Marcus Smart wasn't like this 2 years ago, so it's it really, you don't know what that X factor is. If we're taking Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero in the bubble, I mean that's a different conversation. I feel like it just. If this is 2K versus 2K, I feel like, you're looking at it like that. I give Miami the edge, especially with Spoelstra.
Well, I don't know what Duncan Robinson has done to get himself in the doghouse.
I don't know.
He's not getting any minutes.
Defense.
Sanders made a comment talking about his defense, and I feel like that does hold somewhat truth. Especially because he's coming off the bench. PJ is not on the bench. Jimmy's not on the bench. So it really does come down to Duncan's just kind of a liability. But
because Oladipo plays better defense,
right?
Hey,
and that's a big part of it too.
I agree with that.
Oladipo was locking dudes up.
Robert Williams misses.
Did you see what Stat just wrote? He said this is the only series where a player is not an X factor. The X factor is Eric Spoelstra.
Right, and fellas too. The fact is, when they put Duncan Robinson in, what they can do is they can minimize his deficiencies on defense. They can play zone. They can go into other different options while he's in the game to minimize his deficiencies as far as the defensive end, because he can obviously offer them great outside shooting, which is going to expand the offense and spread the floor. And he can do multiple things on the offensive end, and they can kind of hide some of the things he does defensively that's not helpful to them. So, but I think, the guy had a pretty good year. He's making all that money. He make $80 million. You gotta give him some money.
The thing with Duncan is if he's not scoring, then he's a liability on the court.
Yes,
that's it. That's it in a nutshell. So if he's
not going to know if you don't play him,
if he's not going to give you the 3-point, because it's like, okay, I'm gonna have you out there, bro. You out here to shoot threes. Like that's literally your purpose. Your purpose is to spread the floor, shoot threes.
But he ain't gonna do that in 35 seconds, bro. He's only getting 35 seconds a game.
Yeah, it only takes 35 seconds for me to realize how horrible you are defensively on this court.
You put Robinson out there, the Celtics are going to attack him. They're going to attack him on the
easy. Easy. Pick and roll all day. Give me Duncan.
That's why you go to the zone, bro. They can't pick and roll on the zone.
Jay, so on Friday we mentioned how on Friday Robert Williams wasn't going to play because he was out. And it was already announced. And you said that, the missing piece of Robert Williams with the Boston Celtics is going to be huge. He is now day-to-day. He might play. I don't know yet if he's still going to play tonight. If he misses again tonight, is this going to be another major loss for the Celtics?
No, I don't think so. As long as the core players show up, you know, they can always take Tyson to his spot, and as long as that's not going to be a big factor. The factor comes where is Smart going to do his job and get the rebounds, the assists, and is Tatum and Brown going to show up and be the 1-2 punch that they're supposed to be? And will then Grant Williams come off the bench and be that X factor, giving you the threes that he gives? Then if Boston shows up, then they're going to be fine, because Adebayo really shouldn't be too much of a factor like he was last game. They just didn't do their job down low.
They got to quit. Boston has to quit turning the ball over with lazy passes.
Exactly. I agree.
They did have a lot of lazy passes in that game.
I think they had about 27 turnovers.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I think something too, Miami, if they know Williams is not playing, the whole game plan changes as well. They do certain things while he's in the game and when he's not in the game. So I think he does play a major role as far as defensively is concerned. And as far as, the pick and pop and the alley-oops and stuff, he does play a real important part. But if he don't play, I guarantee you Miami has a whole different game plan. Again, it's all about adjustment, fellas.
There's a lot of injuries on both teams. They're all day-to-days except for one. And we all know what day-to-day means. You can play, you cannot play, depending on how you feel on that day. But here are the names for those day-to-days on both teams. For Miami Heat, you got P.J. Tucker, Tyler Hero, Gabe Vincent, Kyle Lowry, Strauss. For the Celtics, you got Marcus Smart, Robert Williams, and Jason Tatum, all day-to-day, with Sam Hauser, who's out. So those are like some big key major things that people want to keep an eye on, because, Miami Heat played well in that game. But since these players are day-to-day, how much did that take out of them? How much are they hurting now? So are they going to be playing today? I don't know. Is there any key major injuries that you guys are looking at on those players?
I would say Marcus Smart for sure.
Yeah.
Because he went to the locker room, and you got to understand adrenaline is going and everything like that. So, he comes back into the game, but now you get to sleep on that ankle or that.
Yeah, I agree. Yep.
Once you sleep on it and then that pain starts to kick in, you're not so quick to want to jump back on that court. You're definitely gonna be looking at Jimmy Butler's knee inflammation.
I was gonna say Butler. Yep.
How bad is that knee inflamed, or can he keep that under control? Because even if he gets the knee right for this series, you still got to play the Warriors next series.
Yeah, good point.
And as good as Lowry played the other night, coming back his first game without Butler, Miami's really going to miss Butler if he can't go tonight.
For sure.
I didn't even know Lowry was playing that night. Honestly, I'm watching the game, and if we get done with the unscripted on Saturday, and I messaged Jay right after, and I'm like, "Oh shit, Kyle Lowry's in." He's like, "Yup." And then I look at it, and I'm like, "Yo, PJ Tucker's playing too." Damn, they're in full effect. I didn't even know.
Well, that same thing, Frankie. I was doing that UFC thing, and I turned it over there. So I saw number 7. I said, "Oh, I didn't even know Lowry was playing tonight."
Yeah, and the thing about it was, if you look at the Heat, and like I was telling you earlier, if you look at the Heat Celtics last game, they got outscored in the paint 48-34 in favor of the Heat. I don't understand how your biggest guy is Adebayo, and you got a little bit bigger down low presence with the Celtics, and you're getting outscored in the paint. Come on, man, what the?
Because Robert Williams wasn't there.
Yeah, but they still have Tice, and Tice is still a fairly tall guy. He should be able to hold down low, at least a little bit on Adebayo at 6'10". So I mean,
but we said it many times that Jay, that the Celtics hasn't been using Tice like that. I mean, maybe if they showed, played him a little bit more, he'll get, a little.
Again, that's where Udoka, however you say that guy's name, that's where he needs to step in and start utilizing him.
Right.
Tice
is a good player.
Yeah, Tice plays the perimeter defense better than Williams. Williams plays more of the inside game as far as defensively. Tice can go out and guard, the perimeter a lot better than Williams can. But Williams has more of a presence defensively as well. You know what I mean?
And that's what you need, because you don't need Tice to score. That's what you got Jaylen Brown and Jason.
Just give me the defense, damn it. The rim protection. We're good.
That's it. And that's why you're going to miss Robert Williams, man. You're going to really miss that kid, with the way that he can protect the rim. And don't get me wrong, I like Al Horford, but Al Horford's still an aged player.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be able to show up every game. And we want to be honest, truth be told, I think that Milwaukee series took a lot out of Al Horford.
Yeah.
Trying to go one-on-one against Giannis.
Jason Tatum, too.
Yeah. Yeah, because
but you know what? Hey,
you got to remember,
Milwaukee
was missing Chris Middleton.
It's the playoffs. You got to show up or go.
You do. Jay, hey, McLovin and I completely
I agree,
brother.
You got to show up or go home. I mean, damn. I mean, this is a playoffs. Of course, it's going to take a lot out of you, especially when these series are good. But you know what? It's the damn playoffs, and it's either show up or go the fuck home. Pardon my friends.
I'm with you. You're right.
Yeah, I think injuries is the X factor to me.
It is. I agree with that.
Injuries,
but you know, Miami has just as many injuries. Tucker, like I said, he had that thigh bruise. He's still playing. Landry had the hamstring. He's in there. I mean, the only one that's true. And now, granted, Robert Williams, I guess he's day to day. Hopefully, he comes back and is able to contribute. But oh man, I can't imagine how devastated Pride's going to be if Miami beats.
If Miami beats Boston, I honestly, to me,
you mean when? You mean when? When?
I'm gonna tell you like this. That's gonna be a very underwhelming loss because you got to look at the road travel for the Boston Celtics, and nothing against Miami. They were the number 1 seed for a reason, but to beat Milwaukee and then to beat Brooklyn and then to come lose to Miami, that's tough.
Yeah, but hey, Rob, no.
Hold on, man. Hey, look, now Sander chimes in telling me to pick a side. He said last week he was talking about Bam not being a factor down low. Bam isn't a factor down low. It's just the Celtics aren't doing their damn job.
And the Nets weren't fully healthy.
I think this was
been a factor the whole damn
Milwaukee.
That last game, I think that was the best game Bam has played all
exactly. And that's my point. Bam played a good game, but also you got to factor in, like you said, there's not a Woods there, and Tice didn't show up. Tice and Horford, they show up. I think they can take Bam. I don't think I gotta be honest. You play Tice and you play Horford tandemly or in concession, and I think they take out Bam. You had one decent game by Bam, and all of a sudden he wants to hop on some kind of damn bandwagon. Shut the hell up, Sandra. I love you, by the way.
Y'all got Jay tight this morning.
I want to reverse for a minute. Hold on, time out.
Y'all got him mad tight, son.
Time out. Con man, you said that the Nets weren't healthy.
Nope.
Why do you say that? Because they didn't have Ben Simmons?
And look, they got rid of Harden, right? So what did they have? They had 2 players.
Harden they didn't get rid of Harden. Harden wanted to get rid of Brooklyn.
That had nothing to do with
Fine. But guess what? Who did the Nets have besides Harden? I mean, KD.
You got Kyrie and KD.
You said they weren't healthy. Who did they have that was
injured? You can't win with 2, fella. You can't win with 2. You need a whole team effort. Who they have coming off the bench? What did they have?
That didn't have nothing to do with health. That's having to do with building your team.
True. That's true. I meant health far as maybe mental health with the Simmons. Maybe I might.
Okay.
What I'm saying was they got rid of Harden to get Simmons, and guess what? They got nothing for it.
They knew what they were getting out of Simmons
in the playoffs, and
he wasn't able. What they were going to get out of Simmons. They probably talked to Simmons and said, "Are you going to play this year?" Simmons probably said, "Maybe during the playoffs I'll return."
Yeah,
and then when the playoffs came,
why would they make the deal if you don't even know if he's going to come? Why would they make the deal?
Because in the NBA now, you got to think of the future.
Okay, so okay. Check this out. Why would they even sign Simmons? Don't they have to go through some protocols? Physical fitness, health tests, or whatever. So why did they even take the deal?
Can't answer you that because I'm not a Nets fan.
Well,
I'm not a Nets fan either. I'm just trying to. They got Simmons for this specific reason, and he was not there. Mentally, he's a mess.
But when it comes to a back injury, it's hard to tell.
That hurt the Nets.
I mean, his back was serious. I thought it was all a joke, but his back was serious because he ended up getting surgery on his back.
Hey,
All
real
right.
quick. So Ricky Smith asked, the Celtics had Thompson last season. Yes, they did. They had him 2020, 2021. Do you think that maybe the Celtics should have kept on to Tristan Thompson?
No.
I'm just asking a question.
No, because I don't think Tristan Thompson showed up last year for the Celtics. Really, to be honest with you, they got rid of Tice for Tristan Thompson, and then they bring back Tice. So it goes to show that Tristan Thompson wasn't that answer for them in one season alone.
Tristan Thompson, though, what it does provide, he's a dog. He's like Schmott. He's a dog, and he don't really provide too much offensively, but he's a dog, and he will, perform as far as defensive rebounding, offensive rebounding. How much of a factor would he be? I don't really think he'd be that much of a factor. I mean, he's with Chicago. How much of a factor was he with Chicago? Sorry about that, Mike Hughes, but how much was he a factor in Chicago?
I'll be real with you. I agree, because I feel the only reason he won a championship with LeBron was because he had that mental leadership of LeBron. He doesn't have that anywhere else wherever he goes.
Exactly. And he also got that big contract because of LeBron.
Yeah, absolutely. So pretty much we got Miami, or we got who's playing tonight? Tonight is Boston, correct?
Yes.
No, the Celtics do not have Taco Fall.
So the Celtics are playing Miami tonight. So who's got Miami winning? All right.
I do.
You got Miami winning?
Yes, I do. I'm gonna tell you why. Because when you could go win in somebody else's house in the playoffs and gain that confidence without Jimmy Butler for the whole second half, that means a lot. Again, fellas, it's about adjustments. What adjustments is Aduko or whatever his name is he going to make to counteract Bam? So obviously now they're going to concentrate on Bam. Now it's a chess game, fellas. Who's playing chess? Who's playing checkers? So it depends upon what the Celtics are going to do to counteract the way that Bam performed last game. And my answer, I think now with Kyle Lowry and the bench, I think they're going to be Victor Oladipo now. He's getting more comfortable. I think he's going to be a big factor in the playoffs as well. I think that Miami, if they can withstand the first 5-6 minutes, because Boston's going to come out crazy. You all know that. If they can withstand that, I think Miami's going to end up pulling it out. I didn't say that at the beginning of the series, but the way I'm looking at it right now, I see Miami got the advantage right now. They got the confidence. Again, playing the whole half without Jimmy Butler. Think about it.
I'm gonna go on the opposite side.
Good.
I think the Celtics are gonna win for a reason. They're not winning back-to-back at home. It's not happening. This series reminds me of the last series. They're gonna come out. They're gonna come out hard. Celtics are not gonna play like they did last game. They studied the film. They've seen what they did wrong. They're gonna lock down Adebayo. He's not gonna have a fantastic game again. And you mentioned Kyle Lowry, but he didn't do much in that game. He went 2 for 7 from the 3, 4 from 11 from the field. He only scored 11 points.
It was the leadership factor, though. It was the leadership factor. He's the one that ended up making sure that Bam got the ball. See,
exactly, and that's why it's not going to happen again. They're going to lock down Bam. They're going to go back to protecting the paint, protecting the rim. I think Robert Williams is going to play tonight, which is going to be a huge factor in this one. And
I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm gonna shock y'all right now, and I'll be on tomorrow's show if I'm allowed. Jay may not want me on the show anymore, but I'm gonna come on tomorrow, right? And I'm gonna tell you who's gonna be a factor. Strauss. Watch.
So I think the Celtics, and you talked about how the Heat had the confidence because they played the second half without Butler, but also the Celtics are going to look at it as we were down 26 and almost came back with 1 point and turned the ball over, probably would have came back and won that game. So the Celtics aren't going to be short of confidence, and the Celtics haven't lost back-to-back games in over 2 months. I think the Celtics are going to be come out fired up tonight. I think the Heat are going to have trouble tonight.
I think Tatum's going to have he's going to come out crazy tonight. He's not going to end up with 10 points. He's probably going to get about 30, 40 points himself, I think. That's going to be a factor as well. But I truly believe that Miami, I think they got the better coaching right now as well. and I think they got the experience as well. And I think that Miami's going to come out tough. Now, think about it. Miami, prior to this game, they started 2 undrafted players in the backcourt. Think about that. And they won game 1. They got beat up game 2.
Well, undrafted or not, we all know sometimes talent gets overlooked, and so does development after the draft. So, I mean, yeah, it is what it is.
Not just that, Jay. In game 1, they didn't have Marcus Smart or Al Horford. So that was like an easy win for Miami.
Okay. I'll agree with that. I'll go with that.
So
I just think that, you know, as long if the Celtics come in and play Celtics ball, Miami's not going to be able to handle it. They're not. They let Bam take control of the game in the last game, and Bam did well. But if they come in there and they play defensively down low and take away some of that paint away from Bam, which they can do, they have the personnel to do it with, I think Miami struggles.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
It's going to depend on how well the Celtics play in the paint in terms of if they get that win or not. Well, all right, folks. Dang. We're about a minute or an hour and 20 minutes in. We're going to go into some final thoughts and then get out of here. We'll start from bottom left and come around. Gonzo, final thoughts, brother.
I'm just ready to watch some basketball tonight. Hopefully that they this will be a game that's maybe close the whole time and not one team jumping out to a big lead. And, I mean, if you look at all these Miami Celtics games, they really haven't been real close games. Most of them have been one team blowing out the other team. So hopefully we get a close game in this series for a change. But I think the Celtics are going to pull it off. And then tomorrow, I think the Warriors are going to finish the sweep out and get ready for a big NBA final series.
I definitely agree with that. Absolutely. Michael.
I'm going with Miami Heat. And as you all know, I don't like the Celtics. And if the Celtics win tonight, I may be moving in with Jay. But I'm going to roll with Miami. I really think they're going to win tonight. I think, again, they got the confidence. They got Lowry, who plays a big factor. You guys don't know, the point guard plays a major factor in a lot of these playoff games because of the leadership that they provide. I'm going to go with Miami. I think Miami's going to definitely win tonight. If not, I'm in trouble. I may have to go in the witness protection program. But I think I'm going to go with Miami. And I think what the Warriors are going to pull up, they're going to sweep. It's going to be Miami and the Warriors. And then I'm going to go with the Warriors.
Big Shot Rob. Big Shot Rob's on sabbatical. Frankie.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the Celtics tonight, even the series at 2, and then they're going to go back to Miami. Or, no, they got one more in Boston. And I think I'm going to be real with you. I think the Celtics are going to go back to Miami with a 3-2 lead. And maybe Miami will win that one, and then we'll get Game 7 because this is turning into a interesting series now. Hopefully, you know, it'll be different with Jimmy Butler coming back. I'm not sure if he's going to be really out tonight or not. Also, enjoy your – oh, he's trying to talk, but I muted him because the echo's coming from him. What'd you say, Mike?
No, I just said Miami has a home court advantage. Take that in consideration, y'all.
Right, no, and I agree, and that's why I say, you know, I see Celtics going back to Miami with a 3-2 lead, but I see Miami winning that game when they go back to Miami, and then we'll get a Game 7, and that one will be determined on the true winner. Either or, Golden State's going to have a really good rest going into the championship round because they're definitely sweeping Dallas tomorrow. I'm going to have to say that. Dallas is getting swept, but don't keep your head down, Dallas fans. You guys made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals. It just goes to show that you got a couple missing pieces. You know, you need to get those pieces that can help out Luka. And once you get that help from Luka, you guys can be championship bound. You never know. But also enjoy your baseball today, guys. The Yankees, we lost our first series for the first time in like 9 series yesterday, so it was a tough one. Then again, the Yankees haven't had a day off since early May. But, yeah, enjoy your baseball. Jace Houston's going up against the Guardians. My Yankees are going against Baltimore. And Chris Gonzo's Cincinnati Red is going up against the Chicago Cubs. So,
Cubbies.
Red legs.
So
it's a battle here at home because my girl, she's a big Chicago Cubs fan. And I'm a big Reds fan. So anytime they play each other, it's a battle here in the house.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Rob. So
Yeah.
It was brought up. Jadeveon Clowney turns down was a 14, 15 mil, signs on with the Browns at 11 mil. What's your thought process on that?
He Dennis Schroeder himself. Not to that extent, because remember, Dennis Schroeder lost some money. But it's always tough though, because you get it that a player tries to bet on himself. You know what I mean? And sometimes that doesn't work to your favor. I think what players really have to do is be realistic with themselves. Like even right now at my job, they got us doing this thing now where we rank ourselves. You know what I mean? About where your strengths are, where your weaknesses are, what value do you feel you bring to the team? Which I think is, I'll actually like something like that, because you have to be real with yourself. It makes you look yourself in the mirror. Because a lot of people, if you ask them, they're like, man, I'm good. I'm real good. I'm great at what I do, and yada, yada, yada. But if you look at yourself in the mirror and you be real with yourself sometimes, and you look at the landscape of the area that you work in, if I'm a linebacker, I'm looking at all linebackers as a whole and say, where do I rank as far as top linebacker in the league? You know what I mean? So I think, Clowney, he'll be okay. He didn't take that much of a loss, and if I'm him, I'm coming out motivated this season to show you why I think I'm worth that money.
I think and if he does come out, if he does play at a good level, playing opposite of Gilbert, I mean, that could be a hell of a fine, defensive front. But he's definitely going to have to put his full effort into it.
Yeah,
I think he bet on himself this year, and he kind of lost. But that, I think, like my boy Rob said, it's going to give him motivation, and he knows if he wants that big contract, he got to come and perform this year.
Not just that. You guys are also forgetting something. Who did he start his career with?
Was it Houston?
Exactly. Who was the quarterback at that time?
Larry Moore, Curly.
Who was the quarterback? Who was the quarterback of the Houston Texans when Jadeveon
Larry
Clowney?
Moore, Curly.
It was Deshaun Watson. Where's Deshaun Watson at now?
Oh, okay. Okay.
He wants to play with his quarterback again. They were
point.
willing to do with Deshaun Watson on the offense with Jadeveon Clowney on the defense. And he also had help on the defense with J.J. Watt leading him. So
but having Watson doesn't affect what he does.
That is true, but you had Watt teach you, and now look how he is now.
I'm not talking about Watt. I'm talking about Watson, not Watson.
Oh,
it's not going to affect him what he does on defensive, man.
Well, I'm gonna say though,
He's got his leadership in this year again.
But Clowney is going to a stacked defensive team in Cleveland. I mean, you still got Miles. And he signed with incentives. So now you're talking about, if you get a certain number of sacks and whatnot. So I think Clowney, he was smart. He didn't get what he wanted. He signed a 1-year deal that'll still put some money in his pocket to still keep him living the way he wants to live. And now he just has to go out there and perform. And if you got a defensive end like Myles Garrett on the other side, I'm about to wreak havoc on people.
And the thing about it is if he does really well in a 1-year deal, that will lead to a more lucrative deal. All he's got to do is, go out there and play his game. And if he plays well enough, he can get that big contract.
Con man, are you drinking a Natty Daddy right now?
No.
That look like a beer can.
No.
Hey,
too early.
Anyway, don't worry. I'm about to. No, it's never too early. I'm about to.
Too early for me.
It ain't too early.
It's never too
early.
Hey,
listen. Before we get out of here, I do want to say, listen, on Unscripted Saturday, Frankie's good friend Robert Duran Jr. Will be on the show. The great son of Roberto Duran, the big time boxer. So. Unscripted Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We will have Robert Duran Jr. to talk everything boxing. And I'm really looking forward to it. Big shout out to Frankie for securing that. And, man, it's going to be awesome, dude.
That's a great guest, man. I just can't imagine the history that this kid has seen,
Oh, yeah.
Roberto Duran, man, like one of the greatest to ever do it.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it Saturday night.
Yeah, I wanna keep that interview. Like, I think that's gonna be a great interview, especially to pick his mind on the state of boxing today. I mean, you look at what Jermell Charlo just unified the middleweight titles, I think. And then you look at what Canelo is trying to do, trying to step into the heavyweight realm. You look at the heavyweight fighters right now. You don't know if Tyson Fury is gonna retire. We don't know if we're gonna actually get that fight between Anthony Joshua, Alexander Usyk. I mean, it's some great things right now on the table in boxing, man.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Absolutely. I definitely want to pick his brain. And
so what are you saying, Rob? Are you saying you coming on unscripted
I'm
Saturday?
I'm telling y'all, Saturdays don't be good for me because I'm outside.
You better stop being a Chicago party animal.
I'm outside, man.
I got breaking news.
Not even just that. I'm going to kick it with family or, stuff you don't get to do during the week because you're at work. You want to just have a moment.
Well, just make sure you have your SPF 60 on.
I got breaking news.
Hey, I got permanent melatonin.
Head coach for Miami, Spoelstra, says 6th man of the year, Tyler Hero, will not play tonight.
Oh, Miami lost.
No. Oh, no, I might have to change my
Michael, no, there's no going back.
Don't nobody come over here to this Celtics team.
Man, I've been on the Celtics side the whole time now.
Hey, real quick. So David asked Chris, what does he think about Foles signing with the Colts?
I like the signing as a backup because Colts didn't have a backup. All we really had was a couple young guys. So I mean, not that Foles is. I don't think at this point in his career he's going to come in and be great. But
how about Nick Foles?
Yeah, but if something happens and Matt Ryan does get hurt, at least Foles is capable of coming in and giving you a game or two. And he knows the offense because he's been with Reich. So,
stop, Chris. You got an old man as a starter and an injured pro that's a backup. you just saying that because you're a Colts fan, so you gotta bring the good out. But deep inside in your head, you're like, "Oh, we got old man Matt Ryan as a starter, injured pro."
Let's be honest.
Hey, I think Matt Ryan can do
it. Hey, if you're a Colts fan, Foles is not what would get you excited. Bringing in, a number one wideout would probably get you excited.
Oh, hey, rumor is OBJ's coming.
Rumor is OBJ is well, if he comes, hopefully he can stay healthy because obviously he's got some injury issues.
Chris over there aging so many. He's naming so many injured people. He's like, yeah, man, we got Nick Foles as a backup, but I heard we getting OBJ.
Hey,
we got the whole emergency room coming in.
I'm honestly surprised that Julio Jones hasn't jumped on this Colts bandwagon to go play with Matt Ryan.
I've been waiting on that too, but he's another guy. He's another guy that hasn't been able to stay healthy either.
Another injured pro name.
Right,
Julio Jones, Jay, there's just you're right, the emergency room Colts. That's what we're gonna call them.
hey, Frankie, all you gonna hear is
he said, "Hey man, we signed 15 free agents. They're all on the IR."
Hey, we did make a good signing getting Philip Lindsay as a running back.
Yeah.
Man,
it's not bad.
What a time to be alive, man. I got Frankie picking on me. I got fucking Freddie picking on me.
On everybody.
Jeez, man. Hey, listen, man.
It's my job.
The PTSD's kicking in. I went over there. I went over to my dog Blue and kicked him in the head just so I could feel better about myself. It's terrible.
Listen. It is my job, okay? When Jay first met me, I had my own show, Frankie C Sports, with a group that we used to be with. I don't mention them because I hate them with all my heart. But
Lord,
when Jay,
the hate in your heart is so real, Frankie.
Yo, it takes a lot. It takes a lot.
When I first met Frankie, I thought his show was called Frankie the Dick. Dick is in Richard, not as in like the male anatomy part. But
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm a straight up dude. I don't care. You can come watch my stream. You don't have to watch my stream. I don't give a damn. I'm me. I'm gonna still tell you my sports.
Hey,
that's Frankie the
Dick. That's what Jay seen on me. He loved it about me. He had me come on a guest as unscripted. He felt the connection. I felt the connection with Jay. Like me and Jay was connected hard on unscripted.
Listen, man, I got a connection with Frankie. Like I got a connection with my hemorrhoids.
Become friends? Yep.
So Jay had asked me. He goes, hey, why don't you come on Unscripted, man? I feel like you can do something great with us. I'm like, sure, I'll come on Unscripted. And then one day I changed my whole character and I come in as a Frankie the Yankee, a new dude, and he's straight up asshole talking shit to everyone. He don't even care. I don't give a damn. You talk something nice about my Yankee or you say something bad about my Yankee, you get in the smoke, bro. I don't give a shit. I'm cursing. Jay's like, you can't be cursing, man. We on TV. I don't give a shit. I'm Frankie the Yankee. I don't care. So, and I just kept it going from then on. And I'm just like, you know what, Jay, I'm just going to be me. I got hired out here. We got hired at ASAP. And I tell Freddie straight up, I'm an asshole.
Frankie,
I'm an asshole, bro.
But we love you, though. You're our asshole.
Exactly. You got to have that one asshole on the show.
You're our Draymond.
Yeah. No, bringing Frankie on Unscripted was one of the best things I ever did. Even though I hate him sometimes, I got to keep him on. I had to bring him on the show. So.
But you know what, though? You got to think about it from this standpoint. Your show is called Unscripted. Who's more unscripted than Frankie?
Man, hey, listen, you're not lying, bro. That's and he's been a good addition. Ever since we brought Frankie into the fold, man, the show's been good. It's been hyped up. So I got a lot of love for him, and Frankie knows that. I hate him and I love him at the same time. I got mixed emotions. It's crazy.
Well, look, I tell all my people about y'all, though. So shout out to Freddie who saw me post a clip from my podcast on one of these podcast sports networks and reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to join the network. I'm glad I did, man. I mean, meeting you guys, man. Meeting like-minded individuals who just love sports, man. You know what I mean? So it's I always have a good time. Gonzo, I still want to do your wrestling show, bro, because we got a lot to talk about in the world of professional wrestling, bro. It's going down. I was watching one of your episodes, dude. I love how you guys go to like the underground circuit. That's hot, bro. That's hot.
Well, we streamed this independent show yesterday down in Danville, Indiana. Another big show. We got 3 next month.
Okay, man. See what I'm saying, man? See, Gonzo got the connection. Like, we need to be out there with one person wrestling doing something at WrestleMania.
I saw you like that photo with the Pope.
Oh, yes, sir. I saw that. I was like, oh, he got the Pope on there.
He's a good dude. He was a great dude. I'm working on having him come on our podcast and do an interview with us. But it was great getting to meet him and talk to him. He's a cool dude.
Man, the Pope looks like a fun dude, man. There's a couple guys who I would.
He went out to eat. He went out to eat after the show with all of us and stuff, and hung out with us for like an hour and a half, 2 hours after the show.
That's the passion, man, that you don't get in any other sports, man. Like I feel like a lot of wrestlers, they're very passionate about their fans because they realize without the fans, we don't have no product.
Yeah, and I'm glad. That's why I'm glad we brought Chris into Unscripted as well, because me and Logan, we're huge wrestling fans, and before we brought Chris in, we tried getting Jay into wrestling. Last year, we started like WrestleMania commentaries and stuff, and Jay's just sitting there watching while me and Logan are commentating because Jay don't know much, but he's learning. He progressed.
Jay is how I am in baseball.
No, but Jay, he watches and he progressed real quickly and real well within a year span. So Jay did really good.
Yeah, man. I've been watching the old school stuff. I had to go. Hey, they took me way back to even a time before Michael Canseco was born, and I think Jesus was around. So it's weird, man. Matter of fact, I had a picture of Michael Canseco, Jesus, and Dr. J in the same picture. It was the weirdest thing ever.
Wow, but true.
Hey, speaking of that, we going live for AEW pay-per-view this Sunday.
I would love to do that. I love to just be on there just watching y'all.
I don't think for AEW, because we watch it together. Most of us can't watch it and we can't stream the pay-per-view live. What we do is we get together on the stream, but don't go live, and we watch it together.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like we did for the last AEW.
Hopefully,
yeah, we definitely might do that AEW thing. I don't know. Can you get that on sound? Was that the one website?
You can get it on the site that I can get it. But Logan also has the connection where he can get it and put it on the stream.
Yeah, is that a New York thing? Because one of my friends, she's from New York, And
Yeah, bro, we get websites. We got
she
sites.
put me on this wrestling website. I don't
Yeah.
order nothing no more.
That's right. Yeah. We got that. We got that connection. Oh yeah, we so trash, but we got that connect.
Hey, but I also tell you like this too, though, man. You know, hey Jay, like I'm a huge wrestling fan, bro. Like I remember watching the Royal Rumble in '97 and recording over a tape that my mom had recorded Jerry Springer on, and she got pissed. Like, I know you didn't delete my Jerry. So you know,
But I love her, Jerry. But I love her.
But man, dude, I'm talking about that's when Stone Cold, you know, won that Royal Rumble, man. Like, dude, like I remember just every month, bro. Like that's why I give love to my mom because I know that wasn't cheap, but she bought me like every pay-per-view, bro.
I seen Stone Cold's beer bash up here in Albany, New York. When they were up here, yeah, he came out with the DeCrescenti beer truck and stuff, and sprayed Vince McMahon to rob the corporation. It was amazing.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh man, crazy, dude. I even had a moment with Roman Reigns. So my wife in 2019, I had never been to a wrestling event. So you know, as a Christmas gift, she bought me Raw tickets. So I'm geeked. You know, first I see the NWO shirt. I didn't pay attention to nothing else. I was geeked. I was like, "Oh, you got me the NWO shirt? I've been wanting one of these shirts forever. I feel like an official member." And she's like, "That's all you see?" I look in the envelope and see the tickets, dude. We go to Monday Night Raw, man. Roman Reigns coming out. This is still when he's old school Roman Reigns. And I see him standing on the apron, and he looked my way. And I gave him one of these. Everybody know this is what the Island Boys do.
Facts.
You know,
Samoans.
And yeah, so I gave him one of them. And he turned around, he pointed at me and gave me one. I was like, "Hey!"
Rob, I'm gonna be real with you. You weren't the only one doing that.
Hey, I know I wasn't, but he actually pointed to me.
Rob's like, "Don't take away my purse."
Hey, no.
No, he does that. No, he do that.
Got us some great seats.
No, he does that. I agree because I went to a wrestling event just recent. I sent the boys a picture and stuff. We had a double night event. And Roman Reigns come out, and I have the blue Universal title, like the real one. I spent like money on, and like when he comes out, I'm a huge Roman Reigns fan. I love Roman. I love the Samoan family bloodline, like
yes, sir.
Dating back to High Chief Peter Maivia all the way, like they're all amazing. So like when Roman Reigns come out, I hold my title up, and he comes up on the apron. He puts his title. He looks at it, and, you know, he looks my way. I don't even know if he looks at me, but I'm looking around. And I'm like, I'm hoping he looks just at me. Because I'm putting my title with the number one in the air because, you know, bloodline number one all day, every day. But, yo, Roman Reigns do acknowledge people.
Hey, look,
you acknowledge Roman Reigns, he acknowledges you.
Bloodline.
Oh, he comes on with the NWO World Heavyweight title.
Oh, damn. He went NWO. He went NWO. I can't believe it.
I got that same belt, but without the NWO.
Hey, look, I tell people, and this thing heavy, too. I'm like, boy, they be walking around with this thing on there. But I'm telling you, ain't nothing like holding the title. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know, is this the difference between me and you? You're called Rob Scott NWO 1 title. On pay-per-views, they call me Frankie C 2 belt because I got 2 of them around my shoulders, baby.
Hey, you know what though? I like the Universal title, the blue version with Roman Reigns.
That's what I got.
And I want to get the AEW title. I actually like the AEW title. Title, that's a sexy belt.
I don't understand why you guys are wearing belts. I mean, what do you do, man? Do you go out in public wearing the belts?
Hell yeah.
Right. I mean, I go to events wearing it, but I'm also like when I move in my house, like this is gonna be in the man cave, it's gonna be up there like a trophy, bro.
Facts. You know what else I do? When my team
how many people have those titles carrying them around?
You know what I do? When the Patriots won the championship back in 2019, I took my World Heavyweight title and I started walking the streets with it. Swear to God, with my jersey on, with the title around my shoulder, like we champions.
Walk around with
champions,
they're not
baby.
Gonna be ready. Like, don't let the Warriors win this title, boy. I might have to spray paint the Warriors sound right here.
Word NWO, no Warriors allowed.
Man, all right, folks. We've been at this an hour 43 minutes. We'll catch you tomorrow morning for more ASAP in the morning. For Mike Hughes, Freddie, let's see, who else was on here?
You had a cast.
That guy, Rob, Michael, Chris, and Frankie the Yankee, and then hey, McLovin, man. Hey, it's been real. And don't forget. No, go ahead, Chris.
afternoon show will return today at 1 p.m. Eastern.
And there you have it, folks.
Here on the ASAP Network.
Show.
I'll send out the link if you guys want to jump on. You're more than welcome.
Get that bullshit out of here. Let me stop. Nah, it's an amazing show. It's an amazing show. Go watch it.
I'm gonna try to jump on with you, Chris.
Good. Don't forget, man. Like I said, Robert Duran Jr. Unscripted, 8 p.m. Eastern this Saturday. And until next time, this has been ASAP in the morning, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Remember, we
all sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. Offensitation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. Sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so